This is a story of man, machine, fashion, and family. A tale that started ticking 45 years ago but is barely flickering today. A story of old versus new, a story of old-fashioned values versus fast-paced consumption, a story of survival. Imagine life without pleats. We wouldn't have tennis skirts, paper fans, accordions, or Issey Miyake, one that is familiar to Pleats by Looi. Here's the story of how they're keeping their craft alive. This is Mr. Looi.
How do I look? Cantik tak Angga? Cantik tak?
Yeah.
Cantik tak? Okay.
He is the founder of Pleats by Looi.
Suka kah? Suka angkat?
Suka? Boleh angkat tak? Saya punya? Thank you. Wow. That's my kenduri sorted.
Suka di tolak macam.
Oh, okay. Okay, alright.
Oh, luar tempat taruh sikit. Saya ini kerja sudah 40 lebih kurang 45 tahun.
Sudah macam jadi kawan dengan mesin.
Macam good friend macam. Itu terus kerja itu.
Uncle sudah kenal.
Macam tempat tukar-tukar lah. Pasal saya sini tempat cukup tempat macam lah. Saya pergi rumah sama orang semua pun kerja ini kain bela. Bikin kain kah, bikin fitting kah, desain kah, apakah semua kerja ini lah. Macam semua orang ikut mak punya, semua pandai dia orang. Sekarang tahu mesin saya lain tak tahu apa.
The journey of Pleats by Looi began when Mr. Looi left his brother's plywood factory in search for his own business. Honing his dexterity with machines, he decided to set up a pleating factory along with his wife, who is a seamstress. And thus began the family affair.
So, I guess everyone who works a machine must be aware of all these little problems then.
Yeah,
in
all the
terms of-
time. Put in one fabric, we have to come and check all the time. So this is a very tedious job.
It's a very manja machine line.
Very manja machine, yeah.
I just saw that it was manufactured in 1982. This
Yeah.
particular machine. It's still okay. It's still working, you know?
Thanks to my dad, he's the main technical guy here.
Right,
He's got all the technical know-how.
right.
So if I have a problem, I'll be like, Daddy.
This is Looi, Mr. Loi's son. He's been helping out with the family business like his siblings from a very young age. Learning the tricks of the trade has been his primary focus these last 3 years.
So when did you really get formally involved with Pleats by Looi?
Well, beginning was very tough because I almost forgotten everything that I learned when I was younger.
Right.
I wasn't really sure what to do at the time.
Were you a bit reluctant? You didn't want to go into business because the interest wasn't really there when you were a child, or you were thinking of doing other things beyond the family business?
Well, when I was schooling, I was always thinking that I want to go into business and further my studies, but because I didn't do well in school, I don't dare to ask my dad to fund me to the US. I always wanted to go to the US.
Right.
Yeah, so instead he asked me to come back and help him, so I just quietly come back and help him with the thing.
Right.
I love Cadbury chocolate, you know, the square purple color one.
Okay.
I used to put it right here because that's where the heat comes out. And you know, the chocolate kind of melted and you're really gonna...
Did it ever drip onto the fabric though?
No, it's
You
still
never
in
got
the,
into trouble?
It's still in the packaging.
Right, okay.
So I used to like do that.
Right.
Just leave it there for a while and then I
Right.
would start, wow. That was my childhood, yeah.
And this is Mr. Loi's daughter, Melinda Looi. If her name sounds familiar, it's because she is an award-winning global fashion designer. On the fashion runways of her collections, there's at least one item that involves pleating in some way. That's a signature. That's her paying homage to her family heritage.
Basically, every day after school, we have to work. So drop the school bag. A lot of time during exam also, I put my books just, you know, next to that machine and just study. Yeah.
So you're feeding and looking at your notes
Yeah.
kind of thing. Wow.
We speak very loud because we used to work with machine. So we have to like yell, that's the distance.
Bila you start pasang mesin ni,
Pasang 9 lebih lah.
pukul 9 lebih. Pukul berapa berhenti?
Pukul 12 ganti sampai pukul 9.
Wow. So it runs for almost 12 hours a day. The switched on machines at 9 in the morning will go on until noon. have an hour break, lunch break for the machines, and then it goes on from 1 o'clock right up to 9 p.m.
We had to work every day after school, probably starting around 3 o'clock
Until?
until like sometimes 11 p.m.
Wow.
We couldn't afford workers,
Right.
so we did ourselves,
Okay.
like sisters and brothers. We didn't like school holidays because
Right.
I didn't like school holidays.
'Cause it meant working.
I have to work.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I guess, lucky me that I'm still in the same field, so I kind of thank them in the way that I learned a lot of things which a lot of, fashion students
Could
or
not.
designers will never get to learn.
You had that hands-on experience and
Yeah.
from the very beginning.
Pandai dia.
Banyak pandai.
Dia banyak pandai dia.
Pandai
good
buat
dad.
baju, pandai buat baju, pandai berniaga, pandai buat bisnes.
Apa bangsa apa macam punya pattern dia boleh tukar bikin cantik-cantik. Saya ingat ini kerja dia macam itu oilong.
Like a wave like that.
Dia ada naik, ada turun. Mesti ada naik balik punya.
Especially locally, I can see that a lot of designers are pleating here. I mean, I can see it. When I look at their design, I know my dad did it.
Must be your dad who did it. Uncle sudah kerja 45 tahun. Uncle pun sudah berumur. Uncle tak mau relax. Duduk rumah, tengok TV, jalan-jalan, makan angin. Tak mau.
Saya kalau sakit saya pun tak mau stop, terus kerja. Saya datang sini hari-hari dekat balik. Ada sakit tak mau balik lah.
Sakit tak mau dia. Sakit mesti dia lah. Anak pun tak kasi masuk kalau sakit.
3 years ago, my dad's health condition is better than now. He has no problem climbing down to the basement, but now he's got leg problem and everything. So now, with slightly more experience, I will try to solve it myself before I actually ask him for help.
Right. But you have come to a point today, like 3-4 years later. I was speaking to your father earlier on, and he was saying, "Oh, Louis knows a lot about the machines now. He really knows them inside out."
Okay.
How do you feel about that? Do you agree with that?
Well, I feel happy that he said that. That maybe he's actually taking notice of me. But I know myself, so I still think that there's still too much room for improvement, and I still don't know too much about machine. That I still need his help.
Right. I'm sure you've thought of when the business will one day be down to you.
Well, I actually never look at it like I'm going to take over the business or anything. I just want to help out my parents because this is his life work. I'm sure every parent will be happy that someone can continue their work. In fact, I'm always wondering how much time my parents still have for me. So when they are no longer here, I'll be lost.
Really?
Yeah, even though I've really learned too much, but I think I'll be lost.
Sekarang mesin ada rosak apa dia semua boleh bikin. Kalau ada sedikit kacau, tak tahu apa macam kenapa ya. Sama dia tengok sini, sana. Bukan sini, sana kacau mari sini. Macam dia sudah tahu. Dia macam dia sudah saya biasa dia hal.
But I'll still, like he said, he wouldn't sell the machine. So if the business finally become quiet again, there's no more pleating to do, I will still insist to keep the machines.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're starting to form that relationship with the machines yourself in that sense then?
Yeah, I'm more of a sentimental
Right.
kind of guy. That I don't like to buy something and sell it. I like to keep it. So it's especially my parents' legacy and everything. I'll just keep it.
This whole experience has taught me how it really is in some way an anomaly in the fashion world. I really feel for the family, I really feel for the craft, and you want them to continue. Fashion's very cyclical. Pleats are in today, as they have been for the past 3 years. They might not be in the next season. And the fashion world is moving even quicker than before. You've got designers that's putting out 6 collections in a year. You've got fast fashion purveyors who literally see something on a catwalk and will be having it in their stores in the next week. You've got designers who crash and burn as well in the process, right? And businesses that just don't survive because they don't have the demand or they just don't have the skill anymore. And yet you've got this factory that's making pleats, something so specific that's been ticking on for almost the past 40 years. And that's the paradox that it is in this fashion industry, and it gives me hope. It gives me hope that, you know what, with the right amount of love and care, with the right amount of passion, skills can survive, they can be transferred, and they can continue to live.
Did they tell you? We used to use this as a toilet paper.
No! We weren't told that!
This is actually toilet paper.
Wow!
But thicker version, the thicker quality.
Orang punya hal tak ada? He's saying basically that with these machines, they're very needy in the sense that you got to take care of them really well. Sometimes as well it's the machine, sometimes it's the paper, sometimes it's the fabric. But he says it's never the people.